What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Marketing Church. Today is special because we have a gentleman, one of our own, one of our people, an absolute AI expert coming to us live from Mexico, where he is speaking at a big AI conference. We've got a webinar coming up. And Jonathan, you're the expert. We're calling this The Idiot's Guide to AI. And Shane and I are here representing the idiots. And you are here to give us your knowledge and expertise on AI. And so real quick, man, will you tell people who you are? And then I
Sure.
want to know, like, why at your age, when you might think somebody should
Are
be
you
slowing
calling me
down.
old?
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
The country doesn't need any more age shaming right now, Kyle. Can we just step back from that for a minute?
No, I think it's super important because to see, like, I have several older gentlemen in my life that are leaning into new things, and it's awesome to see. It motivates me and it encourages me watching Jonathan like live your life right now. And so, dude, tell everybody who you are and why AI is now your thing.
Awesome. I'll be happy to. Well, I'm Jonathan Mast, and again, I apologize for the bad video and probably the bad background noise. I'm literally on my mobile phone in the lobby at a beautiful resort down here in Cancun, Mexico. As you mentioned, I'm speaking at an AI conference down here, an AI summit, having an amazing time with a bunch of great people. I got into AI because, well, candidly, as an entrepreneur and a business owner who admittedly struggles with a little bit of ADD and whoa, bright shiny object, AI lets me get so much more done in so much less time that I can now take all these ideas that I've had for the last 50 years of my life, and everybody's said, yeah, you'll never get to that, which they were right. I can now implement a ton of these ideas using AI, and that speed to implementation equals success. In fact, just yesterday here at the conference, they had a special speaker, Nick Santos, a gentleman who was born with no legs, half of an arm, one finger, an amazing guy. And he talked about the fact that speed equals success. And that's really a big way I've lived my life. And it's a big part of why I love AI, because it allows me as an entrepreneur to take speed, whether that means I'm trying to implement a new idea, whether I'm trying to help a client, whether I'm trying to help my team. No matter where I'm at, it allows me to really focus on speed to implementation and do so effectively.
I love it. It's I always learn when you're with us. Something always gets implemented that changes the game. And so today, right, is all about how do we as idiots misleverage ChatGPT or Perplexity, right? Any of these platforms. Yep. And so I want you to very quickly show us, because we're going to go deeper into this on our webinar coming up. But if you look at the average person using AI, they're going to say something in the prompts like, I'm a mortgage lender from Fort Worth, Texas. I like working with first-time home buyers. Give me 10 content ideas for social media. And then I get those results and I go, well, I don't know why people like this, because they're not great. And so what's a simple way that we can elevate a prompt like this?
Well, I'm glad you asked. A couple things come to mind as I take a look at that. First, I've seen a lot worse prompts. So, Kyle, you guys are not doing too bad to start off with.
Okay.
But I'm a big believer that perfect prompting, in other words, getting the best results, requires 4 simple steps. We need to tell the model how it's supposed to act, and we're not doing that in this case.
Right.
So what type of expert is it? We then need to give it some background information. So we need to explain, are we a realtor? Are we a mortgage broker? Where are we at? I think you mentioned the city. I apologize, I can't read this on my phone as I'm sitting here in the lobby, but you think you mentioned the city, that's great, but we need to give it some background information. So, hey, I'm Kyle, and I'm a mortgage broker down here in this city, and I'm trying to reach the following audience, and we need to specify who that audience is. Then we need to ask the prompt that you put there. That prompt's not bad. That's step 3. It's part of the prompt. And then probably most importantly, and this is something that everybody seems to miss, we need to ask the AI model to ask us any clarifying questions it needs in order to give us the best response. So we need to add to the end of that, please ask me any clarifying questions you need in order to give me your best response. It's that simple. So who are you supposed to be an expert? What's my background? What do you need to know about me that's relevant? Here's my question, and don't forget to ask me any questions for everything I forgot to tell you.
I love that.
I think that last part is probably something that 99% of our audience misses because they just don't. Again, they're not an expert on AI. They're like us. They're the idiot. Jonathan, like as we're refining this, what are some kind of go-to refinement prompts that you just have at your disposal that would be good for an idiot like me to just know, like because again, I like that structure of the first four, but what is something that you typically see as a refinement prompt?
Well, it's a good question. I think the biggest thing there, I want to encourage people to have a conversation with AI. So many of us, we want to have one prompt and we expect to get the perfect answer. It's akin to us guys, the first woman we ever met and had a crush on, believing that we were going to be able to ask her to marry us without ever courting or ever doing anything else and have her to say yes. We're at the same likelihood of things working with AI. And yet that's how we seem to act all the time. So we need to have a conversation and we need to have that follow-up and ask questions about, okay, you gave me 10 ideas. I don't like number 6 and 7, or I really like 3 and 6. Give me 8 more that are like that and ignore the rest.
Wow.
We need to have a conversation. Just, if we're working together on a project, I'm going to do the same with you guys. We're going to collaborate. We're going to brainstorm. And I'm going to say, okay, I kind of like these. I don't like that. But I'm not going to expect that if I ask you a question, especially Kyle, just one time. No problem, Kyle. But you said I was old. I'm not going to pick on you. If I ask Kyle this one time, he's going to give me the perfect answer. It's going to be a collaboration. It's a conversation. And we need to do that with AI as well. So, Shane, I don't really have a series of predetermined prompts I put in there, but I do want to encourage you, dive deeper, continue that conversation. Don't just leave it at, oh, I asked and I got a crummy response. I guess AI sucks. No, you didn't ask it well, and therefore you got rotten information back out of it.
Well, you answered the question really well, because one thing I know that I did when I started is I would say, write 5 blog posts or write 5 topics. It would write the 5. I didn't like 2 or 3 of them. I would say, rewrite it. Instead of saying, I really like 1 and 4. Can you refine this and make 8 more? Can you make 2 more? Can you redo this with that as the kind of the framework? So again, I think what I'm hearing you say is you're steering and directing the conversation. And when 100%. It's not clear, you're saying, hey, it's not clear. Hey, do you need more information from me? And that's what's hard, because you're having a conversation and instead of just ordering it to do something, you're saying, here's the orders and let's have conversation. And I think that's a key point.
Well, and a big part of that, Shane, is giving it context. Again, let's say I'm working with an assistant on this and they come back with 5 things and I don't like 3 of them. I'm not just going to go, oh, that sucks, never mind, you failed. I'm going to say, this is a good start. I like number 1 and I like number 3. I don't like number 4 and 5, and here's why. Can you go back and try again? And we need to do that same thing with AI. We need to communicate with it really almost like we would with an assistant or a team member.
So good. Well, Jonathan, we know that you got to get back to your session in Mexico. Guys, we've got a webinar coming up somewhere around this video. You're going to see a button for you to go get registered. And so while you're daydreaming about being where Jonathan is, go get signed up for the webinar. We can't wait to have you on there. We're going to give you the 5 AI tools that you need to be successful right now. Shane, I can't wait.
Let's go. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye, guys.